Welcome to the training session for manufacturing liquid polymer stamps. We have made a conscious effort to explain every step in great detail so that you face minimum problems while manufacturing high-quality liquid photopolymer stamps on your own. Presto supplies the highest quality of raw materials for stamp making, and our machines give best results with our materials. Today, Mohan means quality, price and service, all in a perfect balance. Steps to liquid photopolymer stamps. 1. Stamp DTP. 2. Printout. 3. Negative making. 4. Plate making. 5. Mounting. As a first step towards stamp making, you have to typeset the stamp using any desktop publishing packages like CorelDRAW, PageMaker, Word or Illustrator. Now take a normal printout on the Presto vellum or tracing paper using a 600 dpi or above laser printer. We will perform this demonstration on a Presto Econo machine, a space-saving simple machine which meets the production requirements of most stamp manufacturers. As a next step, we will begin to make the negative. The materials needed are developer powder A, developer powder B and hypo. At this stage, you have to make certain preparations. Please take 3 small trays as shown. Pour 2 glasses of water in each of them. In the second tray, mix 2 tablespoons of developer powder A and 2 tablespoons of developer powder B. Mix this up. Finally, in the third tray, add approximately 2 tablespoons of granules of hypo and mix this up. This is the Presto Daylight Negative. It is green on one side and yellow on the other. Cut the negative bigger than your printout. Place the lower glass in the machine. Place the negative over the lower glass with the yellow side facing down. Now place the printout right reading. Place the upper glass. Close the drawer and set the timer to 3 seconds. Please ensure that the glass is clean, else unwanted images will occur on the negative. The lamps will shut off automatically after 3 seconds. Open the drawer. Hold the negative by its edge and dip in the first tray containing plain water as shown. Now dip in the second tray. It is very important to lift the negative at correct time, since too less of developing will mean the required density will not be achieved and too much of developing will mean that the letters will become thin. Most of the problems in the final stamp can be traced back to the problems in negative itself. This may require some practice, so please don't get frustrated if success eludes you in the first few attempts. The signs of a properly developed negative are dark background, clear letters with sharp character definition. Now place the negative in the third tray and lift after approximately 30 seconds. Thereafter, wash the negative in plain water. Leave the negative to dry or use a hair dryer. Now we start the process of making of the stamp. For this process, we need the liquid photopolymer, cover film, foam tapes, glycerin, paintbrush, soft towel, tissue paper and glass cleaner for cleaning the glasses. Clean both the glasses. Place the negative film, right reading, on the lower glass. Paint a line of glycerin on all four sides, leaving approximately half an inch gap from the negative. Cut the cover film to size so that it covers the glycerin. Now place the cover film snugly as shown, ensuring that there are no air bubbles in the cover film. Please use a soft cotton towel or sponge roller to smoothen the cover film over the negative, leaving no air pockets. This is very important since any air that is trapped between the negative and cover film will not allow proper formation of the letters. Place a damming tape on all four sides of the negative, leaving approximately 5 mm gap from the negative. Please leave a small escape route for the excess photopolymer to flow from. Pour the liquid photopolymer from a glass as close to the plate as possible. This will help you get minimum air bubbles. If you get any air bubbles over a letter or printing area, you can use a pin to prick it or move it away from the print area. You may also use a dropper. It is a good idea to pour the photopolymer in a glass at least a day before to avoid air bubbles. Always overpour the photopolymer rather than underpour, else your whole plate will be destroyed. Now cut the substrate sheet or the backup sheet slightly bigger than the area of foam tapes. You will notice that the substrate sheet has a matte side and a glossy side. bend the substrate sheet with the matte side facing the photopolymer. Press gently in the center and release slowly. Once the substrate is put in place, don't try to move or remove it since it will ruin your entire plate. Cut the cover film slightly bigger than the size of your substrate sheet and place it. Put the bearer bars on the extreme ends. Put the top glass on it. Put the clamps on the glass and close the assembly as shown. Please ensure that the clamps are tight. Place the assembly in the drawer with the negative side facing down. Close the drawer. And set the timer to 20 seconds. Open the drawer. Overturn the assembly. Close the drawer. Set the timer to 120 seconds. Start the machine. Once the exposure cycle is complete, open the assembly as shown. Now place the plate on a clipboard. Using a sharp cutter, cut the cover film carefully so that you do not contact the letters. Add some dollops of power wash. Use a soft horsehair shoe brush in a water tray to wash away unexposed photopolymer. A hard brush can damage the letters. Do not use a brand new brush, else unwanted hair may be released from the brush. Gentle brushing for 7 to 10 minutes will be sufficient. You can use lukewarm water to speed up the washing. Washing is complete when you can see a clear background and good letter definition. With Presto branded materials, you will need to make very little adjustment in the process. Now, the last step is of post-exposure, also called hardening. This is done to add strength to the die. Pour a glass full of water in the tray. Place your plate. Add a teaspoonful of post-X material. Close the drawer, set the timer to 900 seconds and switch on the machine. Once done, you can dry the die normally or with a hair dryer. To throw away the water from the tray, press the clip on one side up. On the other side, press it down. Pull the drawer out. You can install the drawer again by simply aligning it and pushing it. Cut the individual stamps. In order to be able to see the text of the stamp on our mount without overturning them, please follow the steps as shown. In this system, you can manufacture hand stamps, data stamps, self-inking stamps, and self-inking data stamps. You can cater to the rubber stamping requirements of all offices, factories, shops, government departments, school, and endless other big and small institutions. The market is huge. This is the process for mounting the self-inking stamps. We demonstrate here our other model, the Presto Executive. This is a large format double exposure machine, best suitable for manufacturers with high volume. It is equipped with 2 sets of exposure lamps, so you save time and need not overturn the assembly. The process remains the same as in Presto Econo. The post-exposure dryer the main timer, the upper exposure switch, and the lower exposure switch. We have the pride of having installed hundreds of these machines. The machines are warranted for 1 year. We have included a separate troubleshooting section in this CD to help you in the unlikely event of any process problem or machine malfunction. For any complaints, suggestions, please feel free to email to us at complaints@prestostamps.com. Happy stamping!